Hello everyone, welcome to another weekly market report. I'm redoing the video because the last one was not right. So let's begin by looking at the indices. Let's begin by looking at the SPYs. I'm sorry, I'm new to this. So let's begin by looking at SPX. So the market went higher. If you remember from the last weekly market report, I was expecting the market to go lower, but it has been going higher. Now, in the next 2 weeks, I do hope and I do imagine that this gap at the bottom will fill eventually. So it could be a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. But we are still in March. March is a month in which the market drops normally. So I am expecting the market to drop and fill this gap at the bottom. I am short SPX, and the same thing is true for SPY as well. Again, there's a big gap on the bottom, and I think it's going to fill within the next 2 weeks or maybe the next month. But we are using the poor man's covered put. So we aren't in a real rush because we can keep on rolling our short puts and collecting premium and decreasing the cost basis of our long put. So that's that. So expecting SPY to go down. Now let's look at the Qs. Again, the same thing over here. I mentioned last time that I'm expecting it to go lower. This forecast stands. I still believe it's going to go lower. So this gap I'm expecting to fill in the next few weeks. So you can see how it's starting to turn around. So it was just going up in a straight line, and the speed at which it was going up has slowed down significantly, and now it's going more in the sideward direction and about to turn over and go down. The same thing happened over here. It slowed down a little bit of a sideways action, and then lower. The same thing I'm expecting to see over here. Now let's look at the DIA real quick. So again, this has happened over here because it was going up all the way till this point, and now it started to go sideways, and now it's beginning to turn around. We have met our target that I set in the last weekly market report. I was expecting it to go lower to fill this gap, and it did. So this worked out perfectly, and I made 3 trade forecasts, which I'm going to be showing you in a moment. But for now, DIA worked out perfectly. I'm still expecting it to move lower because again, you can't expect things to keep on moving in a straight line for a long time. Eventually, it's going to start to come back to the mean. So that's for DIA. We talked about Qs already. So let's look at IWM. So here the market went up by quite a bit, but because of Nvidia on Friday, the market dropped. I'm expecting it to keep on going down quite significantly and probably hit a price of 203.65. But I do not have a trade open in this ETF at the moment. I'm only long SPXU, which is a short SPY ETF, and I'm short at $7. I'm long at $7, and I'm expecting it to go to 7.5. So I have taken a poor man's covered call on this trade, and my long call I believe is for June, and the short calls are weeklies, and they are for 7.5. So we are going to continue to collect premium in this trade, and let's see how it goes. Another trade that I've taken is Groupon. Last time I mentioned that I'm short Groupon. If you remember, this was the trade here. I said it's at 17.81 and the target was $16. The target remains still at $16, which is right about here. Maybe I'm going to raise the target a little bit, but yeah, probably going to raise it to $16 or $17, but we are still going down. So I just took this trade on a Friday and expecting it to go lower in the next few weeks. And the main reason is because it has hit a resistance over here, and this resistance goes back a long time. You can see how it was acting like a resistance for a very long time, and it has hit the same resistance just recently, and it has also slowed its increase, the speed at which it was going up. So I'm expecting it to move lower, probably to $17 or probably even 16. So this is the trade that I have right now. Let me show you. This is the trade that I have right now. No, sorry, this was the last trade that I told you about. This was also a poor man's covered put, but it has not worked out yet, and we have not been rolling our puts. But this is an actual trade that I took on Friday. Short Groupon. The long put was from June, and I'm going to keep on rolling the weekly puts. So the long put is 20 and the short puts are going to be 16.5, and we are hoping that the stock will drop to 16.5 in the coming few days. We're going to make a bunch of money, probably $100, $200. It'll be fun. We will follow up on this trade in the coming few days. I'm trying to get a $1,000 account to $1 million. It sounds ridiculous, sounds stupid, but this is an experiment. We'll see how it goes, and if it happens, then it will be a good case study for the people in the future to watch and learn, basically. And we'll only be taking the poor man's covered call and the poor man's covered put trades. We are not going to be going just long or just short. So that's that. So last week I told you about these two trades, and they have worked out perfectly. Even though we haven't rolled our calls in this forecast or this trade, but we are still up 18% here, and in Tesla we are up 7.5. I'm still short Tesla, so just a note. I don't think EVs will be what they are, everyone is expecting them to be, and eventually they're just going to slow down. It will not be the same thing. So anyway, that was the weekly market report. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next weekly market report. I'm trying to improve these things. I'm not very good at speaking on the camera to myself. I'm not good at speaking in general, but I'm trying to learn, and I'm using this to help me to improve my speaking skills and also to put myself out in public. And also to do this experiment where I'm trying to increase a $1,000 account to $1 million. So we'll see how everything goes, but I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.